I want to talk to you about this WW News article I read today, and I've even got it on the screen here because the thing is, this guy here, I wanted to talk to you about, he's not the worst of it, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. Florida man gets drunk at Disney Springs. Not that unusual, apparently. But this guy over here gets so drunk that his family refuses to take him home. And then when the police try to arrest him because he's literally plowing his way through innocent people, he threatens the police with, "I'm a registered nurse and you better hope you never wind up in my emergency room." Look at this guy. He looks like the type of guy to do that. He looks like the type of guy his family wouldn't want to take him home. That's not what I want to show you. If you scroll down in the news section and you get the suggested news, you start seeing what's going on in Florida. Man gets drunk at T-Rex Cafe, unleashes asshole like rampage in the spring, fighting manager and knocking over and attempting to bite sheriff's deputy. What the hell? Florida mother gets too drunk at T-Rex Cafe in Disney Springs, gets hospitalized and abandons child. Drunk guest takes clothes off and brawls at Disney Springs, slips and vomit into bushes during fight. What is going on in Florida? Again, first off, that drunk guest who takes off their clothes, guarantee is not somebody you'd want to see naked. Never is. But regardless of that, what is going on in Florida? Another thing to take into consideration, and this thing's running long. I was hoping this could be a short. It's not going to be a short, and I'm not going to try to edit it down because this is just too great. I'm going to go, since I got the time, since this video is running long, let's click on drunk guest takes clothes off and brawl at Disney Springs and slips on vomit into bushes during fight. First off, WW News Today, I love you. Like, that is a great title. That title alone, I should have started there. This apparently happened back in 2022 in February. And look at that. And in an ongoing series of recent fights at Walt Disney World, there's already an ongoing series of recent fights in February of 2022. Oh, God almighty, this is great. They reference it as a plot of Jersey Shore. Two women aged 29 and 31 were vacationing and they were with their family in Orlando. So they're not Florida people, apparently. So these aren't locals. They got drunk at an Irish restaurant. I don't want to just straight up read this because that's just rude. I mean, seriously, go to WDW, read their site. It's great. But I'm scrolling through to see if there's anything of interest here. The younger sister was screaming and crying when they arrived near Cirque du Soleil. She wore only her underwear and sandals. Well, that's not naked, though. So I guess that is a state of undress, but, I mean, it's Florida, right? That's basically just a swimsuit if you think about it. Deputies assisted with putting on a blue jean jacket since she was not wearing any clothing, the sheriff reported. Well, was that her blue jean jacket? They just have a blue jean jacket? Can I have a blue jean jacket? And of course, the deputies soon learned the story. I'm going to skip around because, again, I don't just want to read the article to you. That's just rude. And here we are, the quotes. I love quotes. Both females were screaming at each other, the security manager said. One female was sitting on a bench while the second female was standing over her. After attempting to calm the situation, the security manager said one female slapped the other in the face. At that point, both females began punching and slapping and pulling each other's hair, the sheriff report said. And at least 3 guys started throwing money towards the women, I'm sure. The security manager pulled the 2 drunk guests apart. I do not envy his job. Once separated, both sisters ran at each other, slipped in the younger sister's vomit. Oh, that's even worse when it's not your vomit. Like they slipped in the younger sister's vomit. That's gross. Ran a few feet away and took off her dress, exposing her breasts. And at least 3 men probably yelled, "Woohoo!" at that point. Shortly after, they began to punch each other again. The security manager and another cast member who witnessed the fight were able to separate the 2 again until the off-duty deputy arrived on the scene. So, more quotes. They were very intoxicated, the sheriff's report noted, and endangered the safety of other guests, cast members in Disney Springs. by physically fighting in a public area. So, yeah, what the hell is going on in Orlando right now? Particularly at Disney Springs, like, I get it. Like, it's a vacation spot, so you're on vacation. Of course, you're going to get a little tipsy. You're going to get a little drunk. I get that. Tempers run high. But, yeah, I love going to Orlando. We love going to Disney. My entire family does. I know Sherry does as well. See if there's any good quotes with man gets drunk at T-Rex Cafe. Also, I hate laughing at this because knocking over child, because I have a son. If anyone knocked over my son, I would be ungodly pissed. That being said, it's a funny title. Especially an attempted to bite sheriff's deputy. Let me ask you a question. Like, how much would it be worth to get paid to be a sheriff's deputy in any sort of vacation place? Put in the comments below. How much would you charge to be the sheriff's deputy of any sort of resort? And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, that'd be great, though, because it's, fun atmosphere and everything. Sure it is. You're not there to have fun. You're there to deal with every Karen, every Chad, every jerk that's getting a little too much in him from the alcohol, is now wanting to throw down with anybody that comes around because he's on vacation and he feels that he has the right to do whatever he wants. And it's your job to get in the middle of that shit. How much is that worth? So let's see if we can scroll around till we get some quotes. Do we have any quotes? Here we are. Due to Arnett resisting, it caused a disturbance in which families stopped what was happening and began to watch. The arrest report said, once Arnett was secured and handcuffed, we began to escort him to the office, walking him through the crowd of shoppers. Arnett began to yell loudly and cursed, caused several people to stop what they were doing and stare at us. Well, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I would stop and look. That's free entertainment right there. During my interaction with Arnett, I detected a strong odor of alcohol, impurities coming from him, bloodshot, watery eyes, and he had a hard time walking and needed assistance. Minus the alcohol, that's me in the mornings. You see, Arnett Gregory was arrested and charged with third-degree felony count of battery on law enforcement officer and 2 misdemeanors for battery and resisting an officer with violence. He pleaded not guilty. How do you get the nerve to plead not guilty when you make that kind of scene? I'm not even sure if that's big balls or just stupidity. Like, how do you do it? I just want to know. I think I'm going to wrap up this video here. This is a longer video for me. Normally I do the shorts, and I try to put up at least one a day. But this is just too great. I mean, honestly. Let me see. This one's sad. I'm going to look at it anyway. But I hate hearing that a child gets abandoned. It's hard enough hearing it when they get knocked over. But abandoned just breaks my heart, But Florida mother gets too drunk at T-Rex Cafe in Disney Springs, gets hospitalized, and abandons child. Good luck, son. The dinosaurs shall raise you now. So what do we got going on here? Any quotes? Oh, I'm not seeing any quotes. Oh, here we are. It should also be noted that Marzina is currently on felony probation in Clearwater for child neglect until 2024. Special conditions of her probation include no bars as well as no alcohol. Okay, did I miss any quotes? Because I feel like there's something. I mean, I probably should have read the article, but again, I'm not doing that because it's unfair to the person who wrote this. Okay, we got a quote from Marzina. It's an amazing place, Marzina said in a nearly 30-minute Facebook live video. My son makes me drive 2 hours every time he wants to come here. He adores this place. And that's apparently why she decided he should live there. So, I'm going to stop there. But wow, Like, it's just amazing. And I feel bad for everyone involved, even the people that are causing the ruckus, because who you are when you're drunk and who you are when you're sober aren't exactly the same person most of the time. But I will say this much. If you're a nurse and your go-to threat is, you better not wind up in my emergency room, you should be fired. Because that is right there saying, I will happily neglect my job to see you die. And if you're a mom who legitimately goes, you know what, my son's better off in a dinosaur-themed restaurant, I got nothing for that, honestly. Like, I was going to make a joke, but no, abandoning your child, you're just a shipwreck. That's all there is to it. And unfortunately, those aren't real dinosaurs, so they're not going to raise him. If they were, they would probably just eat him, you know? And that food's not free. So eventually he'll get pushed out the door. And then, he's just going to roam around, living off whatever droppings is left behind. No, I'm not. Honestly, I was making a joke again, and I'm not, because that lady's just a shitbrick. As for the two ladies that got into a drunken fight, seems to me like you can have a great career at OnlyFans. I mean, seriously, I'd pay a little extra to watch two topless women beat the crap out of each other. So, I'm going to go ahead and close out this video. Since I'm not having to shove everything into 60 seconds, I can actually have a closing. So, if you want, please subscribe. Please click like. Because I know at least for every like I get, I'm going to have a dislike. So we can just get the likes to be a little more than the dislikes. That would be greatly appreciated. And I hope you all are having a great day.